Hello, welcome to Emily on Celebrity Island YouTube channel. I'm Emily, and my channel would help you understand more about particular celebrity all over the world. If you are interested, please like and subscribe to my channel for further information. On our series today, I'd like to share about one of the greatest singers in the world ever, Taylor Swift. Taylor Allison Swift, born on December 13, 1989, is an American singer-songwriter, a subject of widespread public interest with a vast fan base. She has influenced the music industry, popular culture, and politics through her songwriting, artistry, and advocacy. Taylor began professional songwriting at the age of 14. She signed with Big Machine Records in 2005 and achieved prominence as a country pop singer with the albums Taylor Swift 2006, Fearless 2008. Their singles Teardrops on My Guitar, Love Story, and You Belong With Me were crossover successes on country and pop radio formats and brought Swift mainstream fame. She experimented with rock on Speak Now 2010 and electronic styles on Red 2012. The latter featured her first Billboard Hot 100 #1 single, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Swift recalibrated her image from country to pop with 1989. In 2014, a side pop album contained the chart-topping songs Shake It Off, Blank Space, and Bad Blood. Media scrutiny inspired the hip-hop influence Reputation in 2017 and its #1 single The What You Make Me Do. After signing with Republic Records in 2018, Swift released the electric pop album Lover in 2019 and the autobiographical documentary Miss American 2020. She explored indie folk style on the 2020 album Folklore and Evermore, subdued pop genres on Midnights 2022, and the Total Powers Department in 2024. And she re-recorded 4 albums subtitled Taylor Version after a dispute with Big Machine. These albums bore the #1 songs Cruel Summer, Cardigan, Willow, Anti-Hero, Fortnite, All Too Well, and Is It Over Now? Her Eras tour from 2023 to 2024 and its accompanying concert film became the highest grossing tour and concert film of all time. Swift has directed videos and films such as Folklore, The Long Pond Studio Session in 2020, and All Too Well, the short film 2021, and has also acted in those films. Swift is one of the world's best-selling artists, with 200 million units sold worldwide. She is the highest-grossing female to acting and the first billionaire with music as the main source of income. 7 of her albums have opened with over 1 million sales in a week. The 2023 Time Person of the Year, Swift has appeared on lists such as Rolling Stone 100 Greatest Songwriter of All Time, Billboard Greatest of All Time Artists, and Forbes World's 100 Most Powerful Women. Her accolades include 14 Grammy Awards, a Primetime Emmy Awards, 40 American Music Awards, 39 Billboard Music Awards, and 23 MTV Video Music Awards. She has won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year, the MTV Video Music Award for Video of the Year, and the IFPI Global Recording Artist of the Year, a record 4 times each. So now let's move on to detail regarding her life and career. Regarding her early life, Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989 in West Reading, Pennsylvania. She's named after the singer-songwriter James Taylor. Her father, Scott Kingsley Swift, was a stockbroker from Merrill Lynch. Her mother, Andrea Gardner Swift, worked for a mutual fund marketing executive briefly. Her younger brother, Austin, would become an actor. Swift's maternal grandmother, Marjorie Finlay, was an opera singer whose singing in church became one of Swift's earliest memories of music that shaped her career. Swift is of Scottish, English, and German descent, which is distant Italian and Irish ancestry. Swift spent her early years on a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania that her father had purchased from one of his clients, and she spent the summer at her family vacation home in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, where she occasionally performed acoustic songs at a local coffee shop. She is a Christian and attended preschool and kindergarten at Montessori School, run by the Bernardine Sister of Francis, before transferring to the Wycroft School. When her family moved to Pennsylvania, she attended Wyoming Arena Junior Senior High School. As a child, she performed in Berk's Theater Academy productions and traveled regularly to New York City for vocal and acting lessons. Her early love for country music was influenced by Shania Twain, Patsy Cline, LeAnn Rimes, and the DC Chicks, and she spent weekends performing at local festivals and events. After watching a documentary about Faith Hill, she became determined to pursue a country music career in Tennessee. At the age of 11, Swift traveled to Nashville with her mother to visit record labels and submit demo tapes of Dolly Parton and DC Chick karaoke covers. She was rejected by all the labels, which led her to focus on songwriting. She started learning the guitar at 12 with the help of Brownie Kramer, a computer repairman, and local musicians who also assisted Swift with writing an original song. In 2003, Swift and her parents started working with the talent manager Dan Dimtrow. With his help, Swift modeled for Abercrombie and Fitch and had an original song included on Maybelline compilation CD. After performing original songs at an RCA Records showcase, 13 years old, Swift was given an artist development deal and began to travel regularly to Nashville with her mother. To help Swift break into the country music scenes, her father transferred to Merrill Lynch Nashville office when she was 14 years old, and the family relocated to Tennessee. Swift attended Hannonsville High School before transferring to RN Academy after 2 years, which better accommodated her touring schedule through homeschooling. She graduated 1 year early. In the period from 2004 to 2008, is the time for her career to begin, and it's the time that she released her first album. In Nashville, Swift worked with experienced music role songwriters such as Troy Burgess, Brad Beavers, Brett James, and the Warren brothers, and formed a lasting work relationship with Liz Rose. They began meeting for 2-hour writing sessions every Tuesday afternoon after school. Rose called the session some of the easiest I have ever done. Basically, I was just her editors. She wrote about what happened in school that day. She had such a clear vision of what she was trying to say, and she's come with the most incredible hooks. Swift became the youngest artist signed by Sony ATV3 Music Publishing, but left then BMG owned RCA Records, later bought by Sony Music at the age of 14 due to the label's lack of care and them cutting other people's stuff. She was also concerned that development deals can show artists and record. I genuinely felt that I was running out of time. I wanted to capture this year of my life on an album, while they still represented what I was going through. At an industry showcase at Nashville Bluebird Cafe in 2005, Swift caught the attention of Scott Borchester and DreamWorks Records executive, who was preparing to form an independent record label, Big Machine Records. She had first met Borchester in 2004. She was one of the Big Machine's first signings, and her father purchased a 3% stake in the company for an estimate of $120,000. She began working on her eponymous debut album with Nathan Chapman. Swift wrote or co-wrote all album tracks, and co-writers include Rose, Robert Ellis Orro, Brian Maher, and Angelo Petraglia. Released in October 2006, Taylor Swift peaked at number 5 on the United States Billboard 2000, on which it spent 157 weeks, the longest stay on the chart by any release in the United States since the 2000s decade. Swift became the first female country music artist to write or co-write every track on a platinum-certified debut album. Big Machine Records was still in its infancy during the June 2006 release of the lead single, Time McGraw, which Swift and her mother helped promote by packaging and sending copies of the CD single to country radio stations. She spent much of 2006 promoting Taylor Swift with a radio tour and television appearances. She opened for Razor Flats on select days during their 2006 tour as a replacement for Eric Church. Borchester said that although record industry peers initially disapproved of his signing a 15-year-old singer-songwriter, Swift tapped into a previously unknown market, teenage girls who listen to country music. Following Tim McGraw, 4 more singles were released throughout 2007 and 2008. Teardrops on My Guitar, Our Song, Picture to Burn, and Should Have Said No all appeared on Billboard's Hot Country Songs, with Our Song and Should Have Said No reaching number 1. Our Song made Swift the youngest person to single-handedly write and sing a hot country song number 1 single, and Teardrops on My Guitar was Swift's breakthrough single mainstream radio and charts. Swift released two albums, the Taylor Swift Holiday Collection in October 2007 and Beautiful Eyes in July 2008. She promoted her debut album extensively as the opening act for other country musicians tour in 2006 and 2007, including those by George Strait, Brad Paisley, and Tim McGraw, and Faith Hill. Swift won multiple accolades for Taylor Swift. She was one of the recipients of the Nashville Songwriter Association Songwriters Artist of the Year in 2007, becoming the youngest person given the title. She also won the Country Music Association Horizon Award for Best New Artist, the Academy of Country Music Awards Top New Female Vocalist, and the American Music Award Favorite Country Female Artist honor. She was also nominated for Best New Artist at the 15th Annual Grammy Awards. In 2008, she opened for Rascal Flatts again and briefly dated the singer Joe Jonas. Then, in the period from 2008 to 2010, is the time for her second breakthrough with Fearless. Swift's recorded studio album, Fearless, was released in November 2008 in North America and in March 2009 in other markets. On the Billboard 200, Fearless spent 11 weeks at number 1, becoming Swift's first chart topper and the longest-running number 1 female country album. It was the best-selling album of 2009 in the United States. Its lead single, Love Story, was her first number 1 in Australia and the first country song to top Billboard's Pop Songs chart. And its third single, You Belong With Me, was the first country song to top Billboard all-genre radio songs chart. 3 other singles were released in 2008 to 2010, White Horses, 15, and Fearless. All 5 singles were hot country songs, top 10 entries, with Love Story and You Belong With Me topping the chart. In 2009, Swift toured as an opening act for Kate Urban and embarked on her first headlining tour, the Fearless Tour. You Belong With Me won the Best Female Video at 2009 MTV Video Music Awards. Her acceptance speech was interrupted by the rapper Kanye West, an incident that became the subject of controversy and widespread media coverage. That year, Swift won 5 American Music Awards, including Artist of the Year and Favorite Country Album. Billboard named her the 2009 Artist of the Year. She won Video of the Year and Female Video of the Year for Love Story in 2009 CMT Music Awards, where she made a parody video of the song with rapper T-Pain called Talk Story. At the 52 Annual Grammy Awards, Fearless was named Album of the Year and Best Country Album, and White Horse won the Best Country Song and Best Female Country Vocal Performance. At the 2009 Country Music Association Awards, Swift won Album of the Year for Fearless and was named Entertainer of the Year, the youngest person to win the honor. Throughout 2009, Swift featured on and wrote other musicians' releases. She features on Half of My Heart by John Mayer, whom she was romantically linked with in late 2009. She wrote Best Day of Your Life for Kelly Pickler, co-wrote and featured on Boys Like Girls, Two is Better Than One, and wrote 2 songs, You Will Always Find Your Way Back Home and Crazier, for the soundtrack of Hannah Montana the movie, in which she had a cameo appearance. She wrote and recorded Today Was a Fairy Tale for the soundtrack of Valentine's Day 2010, in which she had her acting debut. Today Was a Fairy Tale was her first #1 single on the Canadian Hot 100. While shooting Valentine's Day in October 2009, Swift dated co-star Taylor Lautner. On television, she made her debut as a rebellious teenager in an CSI crime scenes investigation episode, and hosted and performed as the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. She was the first host ever to write their own opening monologue. Then in the period from 2010 and 2014 is the time for Speak Now and Red. Swift's third studio album, Speak Now, was released in October 2010, written solely by Swift. The album debuted the Billboard 200 with over 1 million US copies sold first week, and became the fastest-selling digital album by a female artist. Speak Now was supposed by 6 singles: My, Back to December, Mean, The Story of US, Sparks Fly, and Hours. Mind peaked at #3 and was the highest charting single on the Billboard Hot 100. The first 3 singles reached the top 10 in Canada, and the last 2 reached #1 on Hot Country Songs. Swift promoted Speak Now with the Speak Now World Tour from February 2011 to March 2012, and the live album Speak Now World Tour Live. At the 54th Annual Grammy Awards in 2012, Swift performed Mean, which won Best Country Song and Best Country Solo Performance. She was named Songwriter Artist of the Year by the Nashville Songwriters Association 2010 and 2011, Women of the Year by Billboard 2011, and Entertainer of the Year by the Academy of Country Music 2011 and 2012, and the Country Music Association 2011. At the American Music Awards of 2011, Swift won Artist of the Year and Favorite Country Album. Rolling Stone named Speak Now on its list of 50 Best Female Albums of the Year in 2012. Red, Swift's 4th studio album, was released in October 2012. On Red, Swift worked with Chapman and new producers including Max Martin, Shellback, Dan Wilson, Jeb Basker, Dan Huff, and Butch Walker, resulting in a genre-spanning record that incorporated electric styles of pop and rock, such as retro, dubstep, and dance pop. The album opened at #1 on the Billboard 200 and with 1.21 million sales, and was Swift's first #1 album in the United Kingdom. Its lead single, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, was her first #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and its third single, I Knew You Were Trouble, reached the top 5 on charts worldwide. Other singles from Red were Begin Again 22, Everything Has Changed, The Last Time, and Red. Red and its single Begin Again received 3 nominations at the 56th Annual Grammy Awards in 2014. Script received American Music Awards for Best Female Country Artist in 2012, Artist of the Year in 2013, and the Nashville Songwriters Association Songwriters Artist Award for the 5th and 6th consecutive years. At the 2015 Country Music Association Awards, Swift was honored with the Pinnacle Award, making her the second recipient in history after Garth Brooks. The Red Tour ran from March 2013 to June 2014 and became the highest gross country tour up on completion. Swift continued writing songs for films and featuring on other artists' releases. On the soundtrack album to The Hunger Games in 2012, Swift wrote and recorded Eyes Open and Safe and Sound. The latter, which was co-written with the Civil War's and T-Bone Burnett. Safe and Sound won the Grammy Awards for Best Song Written for Visual Media. She wrote and produced Sweeter Than Fiction with Jack Antonoff for the soundtrack to One Chance in 2013. Swift featured on B.O.B.'s Boss of Earth 2012 and provided vocals for Tim McCrone, Highway Don't Care 2013, also featuring Kate Urban. She was a voice actress in Dolores 2012 and made a cameo in the new sitcom New Girl 2013 and had a supporting role in dystopian film The Giver 2014. From 2010 to 2013, Swift was romantically involved with the actor Jake Gyllenhaal, the political hero Conor Kennedy, and the singer Harry Styles. Then in the period from 2014 to 2018 is the time for her reputation with 1989. In March 2014, Swift began living in New York City, which she credited as a creative influence on her fifth studio album, 1989. She described 1989 as her first official pop album and produced it with Jack Antonoff, Max Martin, Shabak, Emotion Hip, Ryan Tedder, and Ali Pyami. Released in October 2014, the album opened atop the Billboard 2200 with 1.28 million copies sold. Its single Shake It Up, Blank Space, and Bad Blood reached number 1 in Australia, Canada, and the United States, with the first two making Swift the first woman to replace herself at the Hot 100 to Top Spot. Other singles include Style, Wild Dreams, Out of the Woods, and New Romantics. The 1989 World Tour was the highest gross tour of the year with $2,015 million in total revenue. After publishing an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal stressing the importance of albums as creative medium for artists, in November 2014, Swift removed her catalog from ad-supported free music streaming platforms such as Spotify. In a June 2015 open letter, Swift criticized Apple Music for not offering royalties to artists during its free 3-month trial period and threatened to withdraw her music from this platform. This prompted the Apple to announce that it would pay artists during the free trial period. Swift then agreed to keep 1989 and her catalog on Apple Music. Big Machine Records returned Swift's catalog to Spotify, among other free streaming platforms, in June 2017. Swift was named Billboard Woman of the Year in 2014 and becoming the first artist to win the award twice. At the 2014 American Music Awards, Swift received Dick Clark Award for Excellence. On her 25th birthday in 2014, the Grammy Museum at LA Live opened an exhibition in her honor in Los Angeles that ran until October 4, 2015. In 2015, Swift won the Brit Award for International Female Solo Artist. Bad Blood won Videos of the Year and Best Collaboration at the 2015 MTV Video Music Awards. At the 58 Grammy Awards in 2016, 1989 won Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album, making Swift the first woman to win Album of the Year twice. Swift dated the DJ Calvin Harris from March 2015 to June 2016. They co-wrote the songs This Is What You Came For, featuring vocals from Rihanna. Swift was initially credited under Neil Starbirch. She recorded I Don't Wanna Live Forever with Jay Marklick for the soundtrack of 50 Shades Darker in 2017 and won a Country Music Association Award for Songs of the Year with Better Man, which she wrote for the band Little Big Town. In April 2016, Kanye West released the single Famous, in which he references Swift in the line, I made that bitch famous. Swift criticized West and said she never consented to the lyric, but West claimed that he had received her approval, and then his bride, Kim Kardashian, released video clips of Swift and Webb discussing the song amicably over the phone. The controversy made Swift a subject of an online cancel movement. In late 2016, after briefly dating Tom Hiddleston, Swift began a 6-year relationship with Joe Allen and retreated herself from the public spotlight. In August 2017, Swift successfully sued David Buller, a former radio jockey for KYGO-FM, who sued her for damages from loss of employment. 4 years earlier, she informed Muller bosses that he had sexually assaulted her by groping her at an event. The public controversy influenced Swift's sixth studio album, Reputation, which explored the impact of her fame and musically incorporated electro-pop with urban style of hip-hop and R&B. Released in November 2017, Reputation opened atop the Billboard 200 with 1.21 million US sales, and topped the charts with the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. The album lead single, Look What You Made Me Do, was Swift's first UK #1 single and topped charts in Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, and the United States. Its single "Ratified" and "Game and Delicate" was released to pop radio. Reputation was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Album. Swift featured on the country duo Sugarland Babe 2018. At the 2018 American Music Awards, Swift won 4 awards, which made her accumulate 23 trophies in total and become the AMA's most awarded female musician, surpassing Whitney Houston. The same year, she embarked on her Reputation Stadium tour, which became the highest-grossing North American concert tour in history and grossed $345.7 million worldwide. Then, in the period from 2018 to 2020, is the time for Lover, Folklore and Evermore. In November 2018, Swift signed a new deal with Universal Music Group, which promoted her subsequent albums under Republic Records imprint. The contract included a provision for Swift to maintain ownership of her masters. In addition, in the event that Universal sold any part of its stake in Spotify, it agreed to distribute a non-recoverable portion of the proceeds among its artists. Swift's first album with Republic Records, Lover, was released in August 2019. She produced the album with Antonov, Louis Belve, Frank Dukes, Joel Little. Lover peaked atop the chart of such territories such as Australia, Canada, Ireland, Mexico, Norway, Sweden, and United Kingdom, as well as the United States. The album spawned 5 singles: Me, You Need to Calm Down, Lover, The Man, Cruel Summer. The first 2 singles peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, and the latter most single became resurgent success in 2023, reaching number 1. Lover was 2019 best-selling album in the United States and best-selling album by a solo artist worldwide. The album and its singles earned 3 nominations at the 62nd Annual Grammy Awards in 2020. At the 2019 MTV Music Awards, Swift won 3 awards including Video of the Year for You Need to Calm Down, becoming the first female and second artist overall to win the category for a self-directed video. While promoting Lover in 2019, Swift became embroiled in a public dispute with the talent manager Scooter Braun after he purchased Big Machine Records, including the master of her albums that the label had released. Swift said she has been trying to buy the master, but Big Machine would allow her to do so if she exchanged one new album for each other one under a new contract, which she refused to sign. In November 2020, Swift began re-recording her back catalog, which enabled her to own her new master and the licensing of her songs for commercial use, substituting the Big Machine-owned master. In February 2020, Swift signed a global publishing deal with Universal Music Publishing Group after her 16-year contract with Sony ATV expired. Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Swift surprise released 2 sister albums that she recorded and produced with Antonov and Aaron Dessner, Folklore in July and Evermore in December. Joe Alwyn co-wrote and co-produced a few songs under William Bowery. Both albums incorporated a mute indie folk and alternative rock production. Each was supported by 3 singles catering to use as pop, country, and AAA radio formats. The singles were Cardigan, Betty, Exile, from Folklore and Willow, No Body, No Crime, and Coney Island from Evermore. Folklore was the best-selling album of 2020 in the United States, and together with Cardigan, made Swift the first artist to debut a US #1 album and a #1 song in the same week. So, she achieved the feat again with Evermore and Willow. According to Billboard, Swift was the highest paid musician in the United States and highest paid solo musician worldwide of 2020. Folklore made Swift the first woman to win the Grammy Award for Album of the Year 3 times, winning the category at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards in 2021. At the American Music Awards, Swift won 3 awards, including Artist of the Year for a third record time, 2020, and Favorite Pop Rock Female Artist and Favorite Pop Rock Album, 2021. Swift played Bombalura and in the film adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber musical Cats, 2019, for which she co-wrote and recorded Golden Globe-nominated original song Beautiful Ghost, the documentary Miss Americana, which chronicled parts of Swift's life and career, premiered at the 2020 Sundance Film Festival. Then, in the period from 2021 to 2023, is the time for re-recordings and midnights. Swift re-recordings of her first 6 studio albums began with Phyllis Tyler version and Red Tyler version, which was released in April and November 2021. Both peaked atop the Billboard 200, and the former was the first re-recorded album to do so. Phyllis Tyler version was preceded by Love Story Tyler version, which made Swift the second artist after Dolly Parton to have both the original and re-recorded versions of a song reach #1 on Hot Country Songs. Red Tyler version was supported by All Too Well 10-minute version, which became the longest song in history to top the Hot 100. Swift's 10th studio album, Midnights, was released in October 2022. The album incorporates a restrained electropop and synth-pop sound with elements of hip-hop, R&B, and electronica. In the United States, Midnight was her 5th to open atop the Billboard 200, with first week sales of over 1 million copies, and is tracked, led by the single Anti-Hero, made Swift the first artist to monopolize the top 10 of the Hot Billboard. Globally, the album broke the record for the most single-day stream and most single-week stream on Spotify, and peaked atop the charts of at least 14 countries. The album's 2 further singles, Lavender Haze and Karma, both peaked at #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. According to Billboard, Swift was the top-earning solo artist in the United States and the top-earning musician worldwide of 2021. She won 6 American Music Awards, including Artist of the Year in 2022 at the MTV Video Music Awards, Swift won her third and fourth trophies for Videos of the Year with All Too Well, the short film. Her self-directed short film that accompanies All Too Well, 10-minute version, in 2022, and Anti-Hero, 2023. During this period, Swift won 3 Grammy Awards: Best Music Video for All Too Well, the short film, and Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year for Midnights. Swift became the first artist to win the Album of the Year 4 times in Grammy history. Swift's next 2 re-recorded albums, Speak Now Television and 1989 Television, were released in June and October 2023. The former made Swift the woman with the most #1 albums in Billboard 200 history, surpassing Barbra Streisand, and the latter was her 6th album to sell 1 million copies in a single week in the United States, claiming her career's largest album sales week. 1989 television single Is It Over Now peaked at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Swift featured on Big Red Machine's Renegade and Birch 2021, Haim's Gasoline 2021, Ed Sheeran, The Joker and the Queen 2022, and The Nationals, The Accord 2023. For the soundtrack of Where the Cradle Sings 2023, she wrote and recorded Carolina, which received nominated for Best Original Song at the Golden Globes and Best Song Written for Visual Media at the Grammy Awards. Swift were 2023 most streamed artist on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, and the first act to place #1 on the year-end Billboard Top Artists list in 3 different decades: 2008, 2015, and 2023. She has 5 out of 10 best-selling albums of 2023 in the United States, a record since Luminate began tracking U.S. music sales in 1991. Besides music, Swift had a supporting role in the period comedy film Amsterdam in 2022 and began writing original script for her directorial feature film debut with Searchlight Pictures. Then, in the period from 2023 to present is the time for her Eras Tour and the Total Powers Department. In March 2023, Swift embarked on the Eras Tour, a retrospective tour covering all her studio albums. Media outlets extensively covered the tour's cultural and economic impact, and its U.S. luck broke the record for the most tickets sold in a day. Ticketmaster received public and political criticisms for mishandling the tour ticket sales. The Eras Tours became the highest gross tour in history, collecting over $1 billion. Its concert film, released to theaters worldwide on October 13, 2023, grossed over $250 million to become the highest grossing concert film, and was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. Swift music releases, touring, and related activities culminated in an unprecedented height of popularity post-pandemic. In 2023, music business worldwide remarked that Swift entered a new stratosphere of global career success. She began dating the American football player Travis Kelce at the same year. In 2024, Swift won Artist of the Year at the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards. An AI-generated fake pornographic images portraying her were posted to X, formerly Twitter, and spread to other social media platforms, spurring criticism and demands for legal reform. Swift's 11th studio, The Total Poets Department, was released on April 19, 2024. Topping charts globally, the album broke a string records. It marked the first album ever to amass 1 billion Spotify streams in a week, sold 2.6 million units in its first week in the United States, and made Swift the first artist to monopolize the top 14 of the Billboard Hot 100 and the top 10 of Australia ARIA single charts. Its lead single "For Die" featuring Post Malone became Swift the 12th number one song on the Hot 100. I would like to share specifically details about Taylor Swift's musical story. Swift's early musical influences were 1990s female country musicians such as Shania Twain, Faith Hill, LeAnn Rimes, and the Dicey Chicks, and Kay's urban country crossover sounds incorporating rock, pop, and blues. She self-identifies as a country musician and achieved prominence as a country pop singer with her first tour studio album, From Taylor to Red. The album featured country signifiers such as banjo, mandolin fiddle, and a slide vocal tone, in addition to pop melodies and rock influences. Speak Now draws on rock style such as pop, rock, pop-punk, and 1980s arena rock. Critics argued that country was an indicator of Swift's narrative songwriting rather than musical direction, and accused her of causing mainstream country music to stray from its roots. After the critical debate around red electric pop, rock, and electric style, Swift chose 1980s synth-pop as a defining sound of her recalibrated pop artistry and image. Inspired by the music of Phil Collins, Annie Lennox, Peter Gabriel, and Madonna. 1980's first album in this direction incorporates electronic arrangement consisting dance synthesizers and drum machines. Swift expanded on the electronic production on her next album. Reputation consists of hip-hop, R&B, and EDM influences. Lover features electric elements from the country, pop-punk, and folk rock. Once Swift embraced a pop identity, rocket critics regarded her move as an erosion of the country music songwriting authenticity, but others regarded it as necessary for Swift's artistic evolution and defended her as a pioneer of poptimism. Her 2020 albums Folklore and Evermore explore alternative and indie style of rock and folk, and both incorporate subtle, stripped-back soundscape with orchestration, synthesizer, and drum pads. The latter experiment with varied song structure, asymmetric time signature, and diverse instruments. Critics deemed the indie style a material representation of Swift artistry as a songwriter. Midnight and the Total Poet Department both incorporate a minimalist, subdued by synth-type pop sound, making use of analog synthesizer, sustained bass notes, and simple drum machine patterns. With continuous music reinventions, Swift was decried by Time and the BBC as musical chameleon. Jody Zoshan commented that by originating her career in Nashville, Swift made a bite-and-switch maneuver, planting roots in loamy country soil, then pivoting to pop. Class wrote that she has the facility to no longer be defined by any genre or sound label. According to Ann Powers, Swift's sound is genre agnostic, blending and reconfiguring elements of country, R&B, indie pop, and hip hop. So now let's move to her songs writing. Swift's fascination with songwriting began in her childhood. She credited her mother with igniting confidence and early songwriting interests by helping her prepare for class presentations. She enjoyed Disney film soundtracks and would make up lyrics once she had run out of words singing them. Her lyrical influences include female country songwriters such as Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, and Dolly Parton. 1999 songwriters such as Melissa Etheridge, Sarah McLachlan, and Alanis Morissette, Johnny Mitchell, and Flora Boyd. She listed Paul McCartney, Bruce Springsteen, Emilio Harris, and Chris Christopherson as career role models, citing her both evolving and consistent songwriting outputs. Her literary influences include the author William Shakespeare, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Scott Fitzgerald, and the poetry William Wordsworth, Robert Frost, and Emily Dickinson, the latter most of whom was distant cousin of Swift. In The New Yorker in 2011, Swift said she identifies as a songwriter first. I write songs as my voice is just a way to get the lyrics across. Her personal experiences were a common inspiration for her early songs, which helped her navigate life. Her diaristic technique began with identifying an emotion, followed by corresponding melody. One of her first 3 studio albums, Love, Heartbeat, and Insecurities from an Adolescent Perspective, were dominant themes. She delved into the tumult of toxic relationships on Red, and embraced nostalgia and post-romance positivity on 1989. Reputation was inspired by the downsides of Sweet fame, and Lover detailed her realization of full spectrum of love. Other themes in Swift music include family dynamics, friendship, alienation, self-awareness, and tackling visual, especially sexism. She often references or draws inspiration from historical events and figures. Her confessional lyrics received positive reviews from critics, who highlighted their vivid details and emotional engagement, which they found uncommon in pop music. Critics also praised her melodic compositions. Rolling Stone described Swift as a songwriting savant with an intuitive gift for verse-chorus-bridge architecture. NPR dubbed Swift a master of the vernacular in her lyrics, remarking that her songs offer emotional engagement because the width and clarity of her arrangement turned them from standard fare to heartfelt disclosures. Despite the positive reception, the New Yorker stated she was generally portrayed more as a skilled technician than a talent-skilled visionary. Tabloid media often speculated and linked the subject of her song with her ex-lover. A practice reviewers and Swift herself criticized as sexist. Aside from clues in album liner notes, Swift avoided talking about the subjects of her songs. On her album 2020 albums Folklore and Evermore, Swift was inspired by escapism and romanticism to explore fictional narratives. She imposed emotion onto imagined characters and story arcs, which liberated her from tabloid attention and suggested new paths for her artistry. Swift explained that she welcomed the new songwriting direction after she stopped worrying about commercial success. According to Spin, she explored complex emotion with precision and devastation on Evermore. Consequence stated her 2020 albums convinced skeptics of her songwriting prowess, noting her transformation from teenage wonderkid to a confident and careful adult. Swift divides her writing into three types: quill lyrics, song rooted in antiquated poeticism, fountain pen lyrics based on modern and vivid storylines, and glitter gel pen lyrics, which are lively, frivolous. Critics note the fifth track of every Swift album as the most emotionally vulnerable of the album, awarding her with the Songwriter Icon Award in 2021. The National Music Publisher Association remarked that no one is more influential when it's come to writing music today. The week deemed her the foremost female songwriter of modern times, and the Nashville Songwriters Association International named her Songwriter Artist of the Decade in 2022. Swift has also published two original poems, Why She Disappeared and If You're Anything to Me. Swift has been referred to as one of the greatest songwriters ever by several publications. Literature scholars like Jonathan Page and Stephanie Burt have noted that her literary and melodic sensibility and writing style are rare among her peers. Critic Kitty Empire opined in 2024 that Swift is a profoundly old-fashioned artist whose songs tell a story in succinct, emotive ways that often scan meticulously. Unlike most pop music of the time, Empire attributed it to Swift's country beginnings. Swift bridges are often noted as one of the best aspects of her songs, earning her the title Queen of Bridges from Time. Mojo dubbed her a sharp narrator with a gift for the extended metaphor. Academics have verbally described her as poetry laureate, philosopher, and bard. Now I would like to move to talk about her performances. Journalists have described Swift as one of the best live performers, often praised for her showmanship and stage presence. Swift commands large audience without having to rely on dance like her contemporaries do. According to V magazine, she possesses a rare gift of turning a stadium spectator into an intimate setting. Irrespective of whether she is plucking a guitar or leading an army of dancers. In 2008 review of Swift's early performances, Cesar Free Jones, the New Yorker, called Swift a preternaturally skilled entertainer with a vibrant stage presence, adding, "She returned the crowd energy with the professionalism she had shown since the age of 14. In 2023, Adrienne Horton of The Guardian noted her seemingly endless demeanor on the Eras tour. Critics have highlighted Swift's versatility as an entertainer, praising her ability to switch on-stage personas and performance styles depending on varying themes and aesthetics of her album. The concert productions have been characterized by elaborate Broadway theatricality and high technology. Her performances frequently incorporate a live band, with whom she has played and toured since 2007. Swift also often accompanies herself with musical instruments such as electric guitars, acoustic guitar, piano, and sometimes 12-string guitar, banjo, or interacting frequently with the audience. Her solo acoustic performances are considered intimate and emotionally resonant, complementing her story-based lyric and fan connection. Lydia Bergam of the spin-off implied that this intimacy remains integral to her singer-songwriter origins. Chris Williams of Variety called Swift "pop's most approachable superstar" and the 21st century most popular performer. Regarding Taylor Swift's video and film, she emphasized visuals as a key creative component of her music-making process. She had collaborated with different directors to produce her music videos, and over time, she had become more involved in writing and directing. She developed the concept and treatment for Men in 2011 and co-directed the music video for Mind with Roman White the year before. In an interview, White said that Swift was keenly involved in writing the treatment, casting, and wardrobe. She stayed for both 15-hour shooting days, even when she wasn't in the scenes. From 2014 to 2018, Swift collaborated with director Joseph Kahn on 8 music videos, 4 each from her albums 1989 and Reputation. Kahn has praised Swift's involvement. She worked with American Express for the Blank Space music video and served as an executive producer of the interactive app Amex Unstage, Taylor Swift Experience, for which she won Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Interactive Program in 2015. Swift produced the music video for Bad Blood and won a Grammy Award for Best Music Video in 2016. Her production company, Taylor Swift Productions, is credited with producing all of her visual media, starting with the 2018 concert documentary Reputation Stadium Tour. She continued to co-direct music videos for the Lover singles Me with Dave Mears, with Carol Kish, and You Need to Calm Down, also serving as a co-executive producer and Lover, but first ventured into soul direction with the video for The Man, which won her the MTV Video Music Award for Best Direction. After Folklore, the Long Pond Studio season, Swift debuted as a filmmaker with All Too Well, the short film. which made her the first artist to win the Grammy Award for Best Music Video as a sole director. Swift has cited Chloe Chow, Greta Gerwig, Nora Ephron, and many other people as film-making influences. Now I would like to share more specifically regarding her accolades and achievements. Swift's discography is a critical held songbox. As per Time Samlansky, she won the 14 Grammy Awards, including 4 for Album of the Year, the most won by an artist, an Army Award, and 40 American Music Awards, the most won by an artist, and 39 Billboard Music Awards, the most won by an artist, tying with Drake, 118 Guinness World Records, 23 MTV Video Music Awards, including 4 videos of the Twins, the most by an act, 12 Country Music Association Awards, including the Pinnacle Award, 8 Academy of Country Music Awards, and 2 Brit Awards. As a songwriter, she has been honored by the Nashville Songwriters Association, the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the National Music Publisher Association, was the youngest person on Rolling Stone list of 100 greatest songwriters of all time in 2015. At the 64 BMI Awards in 2016, Swift was the first woman to be honored with an award named after its recipient. From available data, Swift has amassed over 50 million album sales and 150 million single sales as of 2019, and 114 million units globally, including 78 billion streams as of 2021. The International Federation of the Phonographic Industry ranked her as the Global Recording Artist of the Year for a record of 4 times: 2014, 2019, 2022, and 2023. Swift has the most #1 albums in the United Kingdom and Ireland for a female artist this millennium, earned the highest income for an artist on Chinese digital music platforms, and is the first artist to occupy the entire top 5 of the Australian album chart and the top 10 of the country single charts. Swift remained the world's highest grossing female touring act ever, with cumulative ticket sales at 1.696 billion as of November 2023 per Pollstar. The Era Tour is the highest grossing tour of all time, and the first to surpass $1 billion in revenue. Beginning with Phyllis, each of her studio albums have opened over 1 million global units. Swift is the second most streamed act on Spotify and the most streamed female artist on Apple Music. On Spotify, she is the only artist to have received more than 2015 million and 350 million streams in one day, and the only female act to reach 100 million monthly listeners. The most entries and most simultaneous entires, 174 and 34 songs, and most #1 5 for a soloist on the Billboard Global 200 are among her feats. Swift is the first and only artist to occupy the top 9 spot on the Global 200. She had the most entry, specifically 155, top 10 songs, 20, and number 1, third among solo acts on the Glove 200 US. In the United States, Swift has sold over 37.3 million albums as of 2019, when Billboard placed her age on its greatest of all-time artist charts. 12 of her songs have been topped the Billboard 100. She is the longest-ranging and the first act to spend at least 100 weeks atop the Billboard Artist 100. The soloist with the most cumulative weeks atop in the top 10 of the Billboard 200. The woman with the most Billboard 200 number ones, Hot 100 entries, number ones debuts, top 10 songs, top 5 songs, streaming songs, chart toppers, and weeks atop the top country album chart, and the act with the most number one songs on pop airplay and digital songs. Swift is the first woman to simultaneously chart 5 albums in the top 10 and 11 albums on the entire Billboard 200, and the first to occupy the top 4 spot and chart 7 album in the top 10 in the top album sales chart. She is the second highest certified female digital single artist and 5th overall in the United States with 137.5 million total units certified by the Recording Industry Association of America, and the first woman to have both an album and a song certified diamond. Swift is the only artist in Illuminate history to have 7 albums sold over 1 million copies in a week. So I would like to enclose the story about Taylor Swift on our series today. See you in our next series. And if you are interested, please like and subscribe my channel for further information.